Hello everyone, welcome back. Zargot here. We are doing a Ixalan draft this evening. Get right into our first pack here. Looks like our rare Settle the Wreckage. Card I haven't really played against or played with in Ixalan. I think it's a pretty strong card. Exile all attacking creatures. It does let your opponent, I believe they get one land from their library for each card, or each creature exiled. So like a big path to exile. There's also Untitled Scoundrels. I do like this card, very aggressive. It's a pirate. I like pirates. Same can be said for Fathom Fleet. Wayfinder is very good as well. So we could take Settle the Wreckage here. It's a very strong spell. Or we could take another card like Untitled Scoundrels. I haven't played with Settle the Wreckage, so when in doubt, I think just removal's a good pick. So we'll go ahead and take this and give it a try. Okay, now here we have okay, so for red we do have Fire Cannon Blast, which I like. Also a second Fathom Fleet Firebrand here. There's a Siren Lookout, which is a strong pirate card and a good flyer, and then the Bloodletter is also good. I like the Spineback as well, but I don't particularly like picking this one very early. This is good if you know you're going to be dinos. Honestly, it's a fine late card even if you're not dinos, but if you're in green, more than likely you'll be dinos. Let's see here. For us, we could take a Bloodletter, but I think that something like the Fire Cannon Blast is just stronger. Yeah, I do like the Fire Cannon Blast. We'll just take that here. Okay, now this pack, we have Dark Nourishment, which I like. And not a lot else. Dark Nourishment, I do like this card. It's removal. There's also Raptor Companion, if we wanted to pick something to go with our Settle the Wreckage. Riverhill's Boon is good, but we really don't have any merfolk, so we'll just take Dark Nourishment here. We're really not clear with what our colors are going to be so far, but we're just kind of staying open here. For red, there's really nothing I would pick red, nothing I would pick white here. No super strong cards, kind of a weaker pack. Okay, now here we have a few options. So we could take the Bloodletter. We haven't seen a lot of black, but I do like Bloodletter. And that'll go with our Dark Nourishment. We could take Brute. Oh, honestly, we could take Brute to go with Fire Cannon Blast. We could take Sky March Bloodletter to go with Dark Nourishment. Both seem about the same. I think I'll take the Bloodletter here. I like this card a lot. I think I just like it over the Headstrong Brute when we really don't have any pirates right now to turn this guy on. He's only really going to be good if you have other pirates. Okay. So here we have Direfleet Captain, Queen's Bay Soldier, Mark of the Vampire. I'm not going to take Queen's Bay Soldier. We do have a red card. We've got two good black cards. We haven't seen a lot of white, so I don't think we're going to be using the Settle the Wreckage. I do like the Direfleet Captain. Could try to lean into black-red pirates, although we did pass to Fathom Fleet. But not a ton else here. Unless they just wanted to take the Queen's Bay Soldier and just stay on the track for being black. I don't think we give up a lot. We'll take the Captain here. Oh, goodness. Okay, here we've got a Deacon, which I do like a lot if you're going to be black. You kind of have to take these a little sooner. Now, I've noticed they dry out very quickly. Also, for red, there's an Unfriendly Fire, but we haven't seen a lot of other red cards, and we are seeing some sort of signs that black is open here, so we'll take the Deacon. Okay, we have Heartless Pillage. It's a Snapping Sailback. There's a Vampire Zeal, if we wanted to try to take a white card. Red, we could take the Buccaneers. That might be better. That is a pirate. That goes with our Fire Cannon Blast, the Direfleet Captain, and our black pick so far. So maybe we'll go ahead and take the Buccaneers here. Okay, now here we have, well, not a lot. Nothing too strong here. I mean, Running Ground's decent. Vampire Zeal is decent. Maybe we'll just take the Zeal here because it's not 100% that we're red. Really not 100% that we're anything right now. So we'll take the Zeal. Let's do this the easier way. There we go. Okay, now here we have Sure Strike, which makes me want to be in red because I really like Sure Strike. It's a good combat trick. Not really anything else for us here. We're not going to take a Pterodon Knight, so we'll take the Sure Strike. Couple white cards. We've seen a few Slash Ixalans. I suppose we could take that. Really don't care if we give up a Hijack or a Legion's Judgment. Okay. So we'll take a Sun Crowned if we're in red, or a Raptor Companion if we're in white. We'll take Sheltering Light if we end up in white. I'll take a Hijack for the board. Okay. Hopefully open something good in our next pack, because it's really just unclear what we're playing here. We have decent cards in 3 colors. Okay, so what do we open here? Oh, we got a Daring Saboteur as our rare. For uncommons, we got Fiery Cannonade, which is good if you're going to be in black, or if you're going to be in Pirates. Other cards I like, Fathom Fleet Firebrand is good. We haven't picked up any green or blue right now, so I think it's probably not wise to start picking those colors. So we could pick the Fathom Fleet, which is a pirate. Or we take the Cannonade. Kind of just want to take the Fathom Fleet here. We need to start getting some 2-drops. We need to start just figuring out what our deck's going to be. And I think I like our red-black cards better than the white cards. And there's really nothing in white here that we want to take. Let's just take the Fathom Fleet. See if we can kind of move in onto the pirates here. Of course, then we get an Ixalan's Binding. Okay. Well, we have a Bloodletter or a Binding. We also have Glorifier of the Dusk, which I do like quite a bit. Now, since we have the Deacon, I do like the Bloodletter better here, but the Glorifier is quite strong. Now, we are just all over the board with this. I think if I'm going to take a white card, I'd rather have the Binding. We do give up a Bloodletter. It just seems like we're getting past some decent white cards here. We'll see where we go. This is brutal. There's like no direction here. There's another Direfleet Captain. Okay. So we've got a Queen's Base Soldier. We've got a Direfleet Captain. How many pirates do we have? We have 1. That would be 2, 3, 4. The Deacon really wouldn't be doing too much of anything at that point. We could just play the or take the Dustborn Sky Marcher and try to go black, white vampires. We'll be giving up quite a few red cards. We don't really have any big pirate synergies just yet. Let's just take the Sky Marcher. Okay. Well, here's a fantastic red card. It's also a Hammer Skull. really just need to pick a direction here. So let's take the Hammer Skull. We need to pick a direction. Let's try to move in on white cards here. Okay. So here we could take a Raptor Companion for a 2-drop. Or we could take a Elaborate Fire Cannon. Probably just going to take the Raptor Companion here. It's kind of a little difficult when you see so many cards that are all sort of the same power level in 3 colors. It's really not feasible to be able to play all of these cards here. I suppose we could be white-red with a splash of black. But that just doesn't seem super strong. Now here this is a little clearer. We do have a Pious Interdiction, Queensblade Soldier. We've seen 100 of these Queensblade Soldiers. For removal, okay, let's take out these red cards. We really just need to try and stick with what we're doing here. So we could take another piece of removal. We could take a Queensblade Soldier. Pious Interdiction is very strong. I think I still would rather have yeah, let's just take the Interdiction. A lot of red there. Okay, here we have Heartstopper. That's fine. One of these in your black decks is just fine there. Suppose we could just take the Mystify for the board. Okay, here. We actually do have 3 dinos, so the Pterodon Knight isn't terrible. We'll go ahead and grab that. Curve is getting high. We really need 2 and 3 drops. Just sort of looking at our deck, it's almost interchangeable, just being able to drop the handful of black cards and add in the Fire Cannon Blast, Sure Strike, Fathom Fleet. So we're definitely white, but it's just been kind of an even split as to whether or not we were going to be red. Skyblader Legion, this is good, especially with the Deacon. Okay, well, not too much there. Oh, Fire Cannon Wield. Take that. I actually like this card. It's a good way to get a little extra damage in, and it gives you something to do with your land draws later in the game. Especially if your curve's low. You know, once you get to 4 or 5 mana, you draw that 6th or 7th land, you can just turn it into a shock. May actually end up having to play this card if we don't pick up some creatures. Look at all of the red. But there are some good cards here for us. Inspiring Cleric, that's kind of where we want to be. This card does allow you to get a lot of advantage. It's good. It's 3/2 for 3, which is great. And the 4 life really helps you stay ahead. Paladin and the Bloodstain I like as well, but we do have already a lot in the 4 spot here, so let's go ahead and get the Cleric. Okay, what have we got here? Well, we could take Bishop of the Bloodstained. How many vampires do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, just 5. This would make 6. We have 6. What will we be giving up for it? An Interloper. I don't really think I would be taking that. So we'd be giving up essentially a Queen's Commission. I think this is good enough. We pick up a few more vampires. This card gets very, very good. And can even be a finisher. Well, we'll go ahead and speculate on this. We may end up not getting the Queen's Commission back, but okay. So here we have Vanquish the Weak, which is very strong. We already have Slash of Talons, Ixalan's Binding, Pious Interdiction, Dark Nourishment. So I think we just need to take the 2-drop here. Yeah. We need creatures right now. Vanquish the Weak's very good, but we really need creatures. We're not going to have really anything to interact with our opponent, so we're going to a little reluctantly take the Seeker Squire. Okay, here we've got a Bloodletter. And not really anything else for us. So, and this is a fine card. We're happy to get that. Be great to see another Anointed Deacon, but I highly doubt we're going to see another one here. Okay. Oh, wow, there's a Vanquish the Weak. It's not bad. Definitely will take that over Legion's Judgment. Legion's Judgment is fine. I like it in the sideboard, however. It doesn't see a lot of use unless you're playing against dinos. So yeah, Vanquish the Weak. That's a great pickup. Wow. Okay, good. We're getting paid off a little bit in this last pack. So do we want to contract killing for a little bit more kill, or do we want to go ahead and grab a Bloodletter? We've got a lot of removal. We need to show a little discipline and just grab the creatures here. A Bloodletter will be good for our deck. Take out this ritual. What have we got here? Ah. It's a pirate. Let's see. This guy gets to explore. You know, I haven't got to play with this guy, and Duress isn't a card I'm super keen on, so we'll grab this. Maybe we'll play it. Where's something we'd like to cut? What's something we can cut here? We could cut the fire cannon. That's probably a little slower since our deck we do have a lot of 1, 2s, and 3s. This could be sideboard maybe. And the tracker's a pirate, not a vampire. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind getting another another Vampire Zeal. With all the Bloodletters. That would be just fine. We'd be happy to pick up another one of those. Okay. So what do we have? 2 Explorer cards, so the Chupacabra really doesn't do very much in our deck. Suppose we could just take the Fathom Fleet. Probably not play it. Although it may be better than the Pterodon Knight. We have 2 Raptor's Companions and a Hammer Skull. So maybe the Fathom Fleet's better than the Pterodon Knight here. I think we're more likely to be able to trigger its upside over the Knights. Especially considering the Raptor Companions don't typically stick around very long. Would have loved to have got another Anointed Deacon. That really just sets you so far ahead with all these Bloodletters. Even the Skyblade of the Legion is just so much better with the Deacon here. But we do have a Sky Marcher, which actually I've been a little bit more impressed with this card. It does help just get your vampires just over the threshold enough to where they're not as easy to block. Even the Bloodletter, you know, it's able to trade with most flyers, or just go through them. So our deck isn't super strong, but we do have some decent removal spells. We have some decent creatures. No huge payoffs, unfortunately, but it is decent. Is there anything we want to? Okay, what have we got here? Well, we'll take a Legion's Judgment for the board. Yeah, I think our deck is fine as is right now. I'm not going to play really any of these cards. We'll just take the rare, even though it is a bad rare. Although I could see this card being played. Yeah, if you're trying to be extremely aggressive. Here, we're not going to play really any of these cards. Don't think we're getting back a Vampire Zeal. I believe that we've already passed all of those from the original picks. Okay. Oh my goodness. Nothing really here at the end. And that's fine. I'm actually pretty content with this deck as is. Not super aggressive, but you know, I've wanted to try out some of these cards. I haven't played with the Deadeye Tracker, so we can kind of see how that works. I haven't played with Settle the Wreckage, which I think is could be really good. You know, especially if your opponent's going really wide with creatures, and you know, you may fill their board with land, but if you're on turn 4, 5. When they go in for a big alpha strike and you can just absolutely clear their board, I feel like that's going to be pretty hard to recover from, even if they do get to you know, put 3 or 4 lands in play. So just double check here. We have 3 1-drops. We are kind of aggressive. I wish we had some sort of pump, maybe some sort of enchantment or even a cutlass, something to just kind of give these guys a little more value. Do we want to consider taking out maybe a 1-drop and putting the knight back in? I think we have enough vampires to make the Dustborn good in our deck. Vampire Seal, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 vampires. I think that's good enough. The tracker I could see maybe cutting, but I am interested just to see if this card is good or not. Exile 2 target cards and it explores. I mean, that seems strong to me. I wish it was a vampire, but that seems pretty good to me. Being able to explore is a good way to kind of set up your draw or get land out of the way. And again, the Pterodon Knight really is, it's just a 3/3 for 4. Of course, we only have 1 creature in our 4 slot. So, let's see here. Maybe we just cut Sheltering Light. We have Slash of Talons and Vampire Zeal. Maybe we don't need 3 combat tricks there. Yeah, I think we can cut this. Because our deck's wanting to get in early. And cards like Vampire Zeal and Slash of Talons allow you to do that. Slash of Talons kills their 2 toughness creatures. Vampire Zeal allows your Bloodletters to push through 2/3 flyers, 3/3 flyers, and the Knight will give us another 4-drop. I just kind of hate that we have quite a few 3-drops, only 1 4-drop, so we're kind of sitting and doing nothing on curve for turn 4. Maybe casting a removal spell, but I'd rather have creature options as well. So this does give us at least 1 more creature option. Let's go ahead and add some land here. We're pretty evenly split, but we do have more white creatures for our 1 and 2, and then the Settle the Wreckage is our double white spell. So maybe we want 1 more plains here. We do also have 2 Explore creatures. I don't think we want to run 16 though, so we'll go ahead and do 9 and 8. Perfect. All right, looks like Magic Online agrees. Okay, so go ahead and save our deck. Fantastic. All right, we will see everyone in round 1. Welcome to round 1. Looks like we have won the die roll here, so we will be on the play. And well, this is a very medium hand. We do have Inspiring Cleric. We have several 1 and 2 drops, so I think we'll just go ahead and keep this hand. I think the Inspiring Cleric lets us, maybe take a hit or 2 from a early creature if our opponent does have 1. Okay, there's our swamp. That's what we want to see. We didn't draw 2 drops. We really didn't lose too much playing the Heartstopper turn 2. We lost 1 damage, but not really too much there. Okay. Go ahead and play the Cleric. See what our opponent plays here. Are we going against Merfolk? Daggertooth? Okay. Alright, so... Do we want to vanquish this card? And just get in for 4 this turn? If we tap, we're going to lose our Inspiring Cleric. Trade for the Daggertooth, they're going to take 1, go back to 20, then we can play the Knight. Hold a Vanquish for the following turn. Or we can play the Bloodletter. Or we can vanquish this turn. So essentially we give up... I guess the question is Vanquish the Weak worth 5 damage? Daggertooth always takes you from an aggressive play to a much less aggressive play, the life gain. Well, we also can just attack with the Heartstopper. If our opponent wants to block there, we can hold back the Cleric and just further our board a little bit here. See what our opponent plays on their turn. And I'll play the Knight. We still have the option to vanquish the Daggertooth this turn coming up. Okay, well, we're not going to trade here. See what our opponent, they're going to trigger some raid and then draw a card. Okay, well, that's a fine card to vanquish the weak. That is just a brick wall that we weren't going to be able to deal with, so I'm actually fine with wasting, not even wasting, with casting Vanquish on this card. And now we can stick our opponent for 7 damage, which is perfectly acceptable. And we have two removal spells here. Ixalan's Binding is good. Can really just take care of anything. Air Elemental. Yes, that's a perfect card to use the Binding on. Alright, so we're kind of in the same boat. I think we're going to have to trade with the Daggertooth at this point. We'll go ahead and Binding the Air Elemental. Ah, goodness, that was a misstep. Should have left our black open so we could Heartstopper the Daggertooth this turn. So that was a point of damage we're going to lose. Oh, goodness. So a little misplay there. So our opponent's going to go to 10 here. Okay, Scavenger is good. It's going to let our opponent start gaining some life or getting in for damage later. Okay. Let's see here. So I don't think I want to attack. I think we're going to let our opponent sort of progress their board a little bit. We'll play our flyers this turn. we'll get in for 1 damage. Our opponent's not going to block. Or if they do, we're fine to trade this for either one of their creatures. Okay. So our opponent's just going to continue to gain some life each turn. I think they can do that one more time here. Yeah. And no, we're not going to block. Another dagger tooth. Oh my goodness. And a drover. All right. Well, we would just absolutely love our opponent to go on and attack us with everything, really at any point in the near future. Yeah, we'll send the Heartstopper. Okay, well. No sense in not trading there. What's the likelihood our opponent is going to attack with everything? I don't think it's very high, so we're just going to play the Bloodletter here. I think we're winning this race anyway. Now that we have 5 power in the air, we effectively have our opponent on a 2-turn clock because we're going to be able to gorge this turn, get a couple life points back. So, do we want to go ahead and block the Death Gorger here? I don't think so. I think we'll just attack with everything next turn. Yeah, that seems fine. So I'm going to leave the Dustborn back so we can, if our opponent has any combat tricks, they'll make it a little harder for them. And we can always just use the 1 white mana to go ahead and pump. Okay, opponent's going to block there. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and pump the Bloodletter. Okay, well, we're going to lose that creature regardless. Okay, so we put our opponent to 5. We will not be able to kill them next turn. But if they want to send everything in this turn, which they really have no reason not to, we can go ahead and use Settle the Wreckage and just clear the way to finish them off in 2 turns. Okay, so here, I think I'm going to go ahead, we'll just go ahead and Settle the Wreckage. Okay, yeah, I figured our opponent would scoop there. Alright, so this card, Settle the Wreckage, I like it. Obviously, you know, it completely shut our opponent down. It did feel very awkward, a little clunky in our hand. Just in terms of you know, being able to play it, kind of having to hold it up and for a turn or 2 there. So not bad though. I liked it. Obviously, being able to exile 3 creatures is a very good ability. So do we want to add anything in here? We didn't see anything for Legion's Judgment. No, I think our deck's okay. We'll send it back. Maybe we get a little bit more information this game. Okay, our opponent has mulliganed. This is a fine hand. We don't have any white sources, but we have Seeker Squire into a Skymarch Bloodletter, so we'll be keeping this. Okay, our opponent has kept 6. Hammer Skull, not a bad draw. So we can hit a white mana next turn, we'll be looking very good. Even if not, we're looking pretty good. Let's see if we can hit a... Honestly, a mana is fine, a white mana is fine, or low information. Vanquish the Weak. I think we're going to keep that on top. My Seeker Squires got a good buddy now. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I guess our opponent had no lands, or maybe just a lot of their high drops. Anyway, looks like we've got that round. We will go ahead and see everyone back in round number 2. We are in round 2 for our Ixalan draft. Looks like our opponent has won the die roll. And our opening hand, we have all of our mana. We have a 2-drop, a couple options for 3-drops here. We'll go ahead and keep this. Not a strong 2-drop, but Hammer Skull and Cleric are fine 3-drops here. Prying Blade. Let's see here. So, okay. Allows them to get a treasure token, gives a creature a +1/+0. So here, oh great, we have a 1-drop into a 2-drop into a 3-drop. That is not a bad start. If we can just grab a Vanquish the Weak or some sort of other piece of removal, I think we'll be looking... okay, looks like our opponent's on the same kind of plan as we are. Okay. Well, we're not going to be blocking, so we'll go ahead and send the Skyborn in. So it looks like we're paying maybe a mirror match here. So we'll see how this plays out. Our deck is not as strongly synergizing for the vampires as I would like it to be, but we do have good cards, good plays. A piece of removal would be nice. Here, if our opponent does equip the Prying Blade, we're gonna have to take the damage. They're gonna get to make a treasure token. Obviously, we're not gonna trade the Sky Blade with the Vampire Soldier. And our opponent's going to gain some life. It's a nice 6-point life swing. Ooh, and Legion's Landing. Okay, our opponent's got some good cards here. That's a good draw. So I guess the question is, do we want to play the Hammer Skull or the Cleric? I think we want to play the Hammer Skull, just so far, whatever creature our opponent holds back, if they want to play the switching the Prying Blade game around, we can start tapping them down. We're still not blocking with really either of these creatures, so we'll go ahead and send our 2 damage in. Just try to keep some of this life gain at bay. And our opponent is really just one creature away from being able to flip the landing, and that's really hard to compete with, because these guys do have the lifelink. They're vampires, especially if our opponent has a Deacon of their own. Okay, Interdiction, yeah, it's a good play. Opponent's going to get to gain a bunch more life, getting a bunch more damage. Do they have another play? Yes, looks like they do. And a Vanguard. Yeah, they've got a pretty strong vampire deck here. Alright. So, let's see. We'll play the Teardown Knight. It does have flying. Don't think that's very relevant right now, to be honest, unfortunately. I'll go ahead and send our 1 in. I think just to maximize our mana, we'll play the Knight. I don't think its flying ability is going to be relevant for a while, just because we're really on the defensive here at this point. Our opponent has all the life in the world to pay for this Vanguard, so we're going to be taking 3 damage from this for a turn or 2. And there's their Deacon, so now it's going to be really hard to come back. And they get to flip the landing now. Well, we do have to block. Go ahead and block the Bishop's Knight. So we do have outs on our deck. We could always draw the Settle the Wreckage. That is certainly a way to try and catch back up. Our opponent's at 31 life. It's going to be really hard to win this game. Nah, we didn't draw that. So let's see here. Is there any way we can win this? We do have Settle the Wreckage. That's really the only reason I'm even considering continuing to play right now. Yeah, we really can't attack with anything. We'll play the Cleric. I don't mind showing our opponent that. Gives us some life points. Let's just sit around for another turn or 2, and we'll see what they have on this turn. Okay. Yeah, it's just a good play. Keep the token going. You're going to get to start making them as well. Suppose we could go ahead and block the token with the Dustborn. Oh. No, 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 no. Don't make it bigger. Block. I'm going to take 6. Got a 5. Yeah, I think we'll just take it. I don't think it matters. We really have to draw Settle the Wreckage or something bigger here. Another soldier. Well, that's very good. More land. So we can play the Deacon. And we're still not quite out of this. Do we want to send any damage in? We have 3 blockers. They have 4 attackers. They're going to make a token at the end of the turn. We're not going to block with the Skyborn. Guess we could just send in 3. Shame we don't have a lifelink creature. Not that this really matters, but we'll persevere. Okay. So we do have to block here. Go ahead and block the indestructible creature, and I suppose we can block the bishop. If we don't block both of these, they just have any sort of pump spell, and they're gonna kill us there. So go ahead and block. We'll only kill the bishop soldier more than likely. Okay, so they didn't have any pump spells, so that's good. And that's probably not going to do it. Well, we're still not necessarily dead, though. Yeah, this Legion's Landing, once that flips, it's really hard to catch back up. And just having a deacon with all these vampire tokens, this is just really, really difficult to race, because a 3-power disposable lifelinker is very hard to deal with. You can just send them in every single turn. It's hard not to trade with it, and it just puts your opponent so far ahead in terms of life. Okay. Go ahead and send everything in. Yeah, why not? Okay, well, we'll go ahead and block. See if they have a combat trick to go ahead and win this turn. They have the Zeal. Despite our opponent really just continuing to play Crete. Okay, they do have the Zeal. Alright, they got that one. Alright everyone, welcome back. Round 3, our final round for Ixalan draft. Opponent won the die roll. I think we'll keep this hand. Pretty decent. We got a 1-drop, Hammer Skull, a little bit of interaction with Slash of Talons. Okay. Well, we don't want to see too many more lands. So our opponent's playing white. Oh, okay. Opponent might be on vampires here. It's not a bad draw. White, blue, okay. Opponent might just be playing white, blue flyers. Well, we've got pretty similar plays here. Okay, so I guess the question is, do we want to play Hammer Skull here? So we can tap down any other threats our opponent plays, or do we want to go ahead and do the Inspiring Cleric just to have a little bit more damage on the board and give us a few life points to play with? The board state, I don't think either play is really any different, so I guess we'll just play the Hammer Skull so we can start pushing through some damage just to try to keep up with our opponent here. The Deacon's a good draw. That'll really make our Skyborn a bit better. Okay, so our opponent's just getting in for 3 damage. Let's see if they have a big play after this. Okay. Well, that's pretty decent. Okay, that's not a bad draw. Here I think we're just going to play the Cleric just so we can get a few points of life back. Go ahead and get in for our 1 damage. Yeah, just play the Cleric, get our life total back up, get a little bit more power on the board. And then the next turn we can go ahead and go Deacon and hopefully be able to start getting more aggressive with our Dustborn. Of course, our opponent could just play something like Air Elemental here, which would be a pretty big problem. Okay, Aerosaur. Alright. It's pretty decent. It's not Air Elemental, but pretty close. Okay, so... So we could play the Bloodletter and Skyblade Legion. And not attack. Or we could attack first with the Cleric. And if our opponent wants to block with the Aerosaur, we can go ahead and slash a Talons. And then play the Bloodletter. Kind of want to maximize our mana this turn. So our opponent has 2 cards in hand. I guess we can go ahead and play the Deacon and start getting aggressive with the Cleric. And then next turn... Okay, yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Let's just try to start getting aggressive here. We're not going to be able to attack with the Dustborn, but it's kind of on the bench for right now. If we draw a land next turn, we can stick the Bloodletter, the Skyblade, and be able to attack and pump. If our opponent wants to trade here, that'll be just fine by us. Okay. Alright, so see if our opponent draws any more removal or any more big body creatures. We could use a Pious Interdiction, Vanquish the Weak, Ixalan's Binding. Any of these cards will really kind of help us jump ahead. Although I guess the question at that point would be, I think it's just the Aerosaur no matter what. Okay. Yeah, still not able to do too much with the Dustborn. See if our opponent has any more big plays. And Vanquish the Weak. Okay, so here I think we want to go ahead and just attack first to see what our opponent has, and we can hold up Flash of Talons and Vanquish the Weak. The Deacon we'll go ahead and put on the Skyblade. Yeah, at this point I think I'm fine trading the Dustborn for the Skyblade just to get that out of the way. Yeah. Okay. See if our opponent has any tricks. The Flash Creature or... Okay. Alright, well, nothing we can do about that. Okay, so here, do we want to... our opponent's tapped out, so we could go ahead and play the Bloodletter and the Skyblade. And hold up Vanquish the Weak. Or we could go ahead and Vanquish the Weak, the Aerosaur, just to be safe, in case they have any counter spells or any combat tricks that will prevent that. I think that's probably what we want to do here, and then play the Skyblade. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get rid of this. Make sure that's off the board. Opponent still has a lot of cards in hand. My hand is certainly much worse. I guess all of our creatures are certainly much worse without the Deacon. Okay, so I'm going to tap down our Cleric, I'm assuming. Oh, no, just looking to get maximum damage in for a few turns. Okay. So our opponent's just kind of playing a sort of blue-white, sort of low to the ground, a little bit of controlling, flyers, just kind of good creatures, decent creatures. Swamp's not going to do it here. Well, we could attack with a Cleric. Our opponent's probably just going to throw the Shipwreck Looter in front of it. So probably fine to not attack this turn. We'll go ahead and play the Bloodletter. Well, maybe we should just go ahead and attack. Let's see. If we attack, they block with the Shipwreck Looter. We go ahead and slash the Talons. We don't get any damage, and we do get a creature off the board. I think it's about the same. I'm just letting them attack in, so we'll just wait and see what else they play. Maybe we want to save slash for something else. Yeah. Okay. Go tap down the Cleric. Okay, let's see here. So I think we want to go ahead and slash the Weaver. Just get that off the board. So the question is, do we want to go ahead and trade Skymarch Bloodletter for the Looter? I don't think so. We'll go ahead and take our damage here. Next turn we can leave back a couple blockers. Maybe we'll draw something to take care of the Hammer Skull. Boy. Alright. Let's see how many they're going to pick up. Wow. Alright. Well, it's going to be tough to deal with. Not a great creature, but it's a lot of bodies. Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to be able to get through this game very well. I think we had to kind of settle the wreckage to really get back into this game. We're just going to have to make some trades this turn. I'm going to tap down our Cleric. We can... I won't be able to attack with a Shipwreck Looter, or we can trade with a Skyblade. So they might just tap down the Skyblade and force us to trade one of our better creatures, the Looter. They might just have some removal here. Alright, see what our opponent has. Okay, so we'll unblock the looter here. Okay, so we can block the Legion. We'll take 3, go to 4. Or we can block the Skyblade, take 4, go to 3. And then next turn we're facing down the same 3 creatures. We're going to move this up on our Cleric, plus we're going to play at least 1 Conquistador. I think I at least want to go ahead and trade for this guy. Just try to keep our life total as high as possible. I'm going to play the 1 Conquistador. And oh my goodness, they've got a lot of Skyblades in their deck. Raptor Companion, I don't think that's going to do it, but don't think we're out of this just yet. So it depends on what our opponent has in their hand. So they're going to tap down the Cleric again. We can trade Raptor Companion for Conquistador and block a Skyblade. We'll take 1. Okay. So I'm going to tap down Raptor Companion. We'll block, and we're going to take 4 no matter what here. Okay. Wow, our opponent has just got all the little guys and all the removal. Okay, let's see. What can we put in against our opponent here? Well, Demystify isn't terrible, since we know they have a few Pious Interdictions. Yeah, kind of that might be worth siding in here. Outside of that, Fire Cannon. Fire Cannon's decent actually. They do have a lot of creatures with 1 and 2 toughness. So maybe we can bring in the Fire Cannon. Just have something to kind of interact with some of their smaller creatures. Maybe. Maybe Demystify. No, I don't like Demystify. Yeah. There's always a chance our opponent doesn't draw Pious Interdiction. What will we take out for the Fire Cannon? Let's see here. Kind of feel like the Dustborn wasn't as strong. They just have so many of the Skyblades in their deck. Yeah, maybe we'll just take that out for this game. Try the Fire Cannon. Okay, and we're going to be on the play. Yeah, that seems fine. I like the Fire Cannon here. Go ahead and give it a go. It might be a little slow, but we got to a sort of a grindy point in that game. So, okay, I guess we'll be playing first. And this is a fine hand. Piece of removal, Hammer Skull. Got the Heartstopper, so we'll go ahead and keep this. I like Heartstopper. It just trades with everything. Alright, see if our opponent has a good strong start. Interesting. Well, we did see 1 Dino in their deck. No sense not to be attacking here. Just go ahead and start getting in. Okay, so they don't have the Aerosaur just yet. Okay, what are we going to get here? Bloodletter? Bloodletter's pretty decent. I think we're going to play the Hammer Skull. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and play the Hammer Skull here. Or do we want to play the Bloodletter? They didn't play the Skyblade this turn, so maybe the Bloodletter is just guaranteed damage. I'm going to play the Hammer Skull. Just so we can keep pushing damage through here. They really don't have a blocker just yet. Alright, good. They still haven't drawn the Aerosaur. Unknown Shores. They may be splashing something here. But we've got a good couple pieces of removal. Got a little evasion with our Bloodletter. I have to think they have a few more dinos in their deck if they're playing the Priest. Or maybe it's just a way to get to their flyers. Hard to tell at this point. We'll see though. Okay. So we can go ahead and push through here. 3 damage, play the Bloodletter. Yeah, I think we'll just keep being aggressive. I mean, we have 2 pieces of removal to really take care of anything crazy that comes into play. I think we'll just tap on the Priests if they want to trade the Shipwreck Looter for this. Actually, no, we'll go ahead and tap this guy down. We just want to keep getting in each turn. We don't have any other creatures right now. Just each point of damage kind of matters. Okay. Okay, still no Aerosaur. Or they might just be hold it in their pocket for now. Our opponent's not on their blue mana, so we're having to play a little bit slower. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Get them back up to 16. What do we got here? Pterodon Knight? It's not a bad draw, actually. Since we have the Hammer Skull. Still going to go ahead and attack with both. If they want to trade for the skittering Heartstopper, that is fine by us. Okay. Now we do have 5 points of damage in the air, so we do have our opponent on sort of a 3-turn. Oh, no, not any longer. Let's see what they revealed. Got the Hammer Skull. Okay. So our opponent definitely has Bright Reprisal here. So we're just going to send in the Bloodletter. There's really no sense in losing our Pterodon Knight. Looks like they decided to hold on to it instead of using it this turn, which is fine by us. That means they didn't cast any spells on their turn. Our opponent have a counter spell here. Are they going to play a 3/3 flyer? Cancel. Okay. Okay, so that was actually fine by our opponent. They were able to hold up what I assume was Bright Reprisal and a counter spell as well. So now they're just going to I guess, keep the Hammer Skull in their pocket so they can continue to gain life until they draw something worth casting. I did reveal the Hammer Skull again. Yeah, okay. Aspiring Cleric, that's a decent pull. Well, we're not really getting anywhere. We can't afford to not attack. We just need to go ahead and get in. If they're gonna Bright Reprisal this, we're gonna go ahead and let them do it. We can't continue to just sit back. Okay, so they do have it, and that's fine. Go ahead and get a few points of life here. See if our opponent drew anything this turn. Oh, still the Hammer Skull. I'm going to cast it this turn, so they'll have a blocker. I feel like they're pretty well stabilizing here. Okay. And the Hammer Skull. Okay. Dead-Eye Tracker. Interesting. So we know our opponent has several Skyblade. I wonder if it's worth go ahead and Ixalan binding this card just so they can't cast it anymore. It doesn't seem especially strong, but it will allow us to continue to get in some damage. Seems very weak. Opponent has us in a position here. I don't think they have any more dinos in their hand, however. If we send the Cleric, they're just going to block with the Skyblade and the Priest, trade the Skyblade for it. Yeah. Alright. Not in love with it, but I'm going to go ahead and bind the Skyblade. Maybe we'll get it lucky and our opponent will brick and draw a few of these. If our opponent wants to trade Hammer Skull for the Cleric, we're completely fine with that. Go ahead and play the Tracker. I might actually get to use this card this game. So exile 2 cards from an opponent's graveyard, and you get to explore. That is pretty decent. Let's see if we can keep it around long enough to affect the board at all. With any luck, our opponent will draw a few of the Skyblades here. Okay, that's not going to do it. Let me go ahead and get in with the Skymarch Bloodletter. Okay, just pass it back to our opponent. They're going to go ahead and get the Aerosaur. Yeah, okay. So I guess that guy really is just to maybe gain a few points, search for the Aerosaur. They're going to play the Aerosaur now. We'll be able to Pious Interdiction it. Oh my goodness. What happened? Oh my goodness. We yielded the whole turn. We didn't get to use the tracker. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, well, we're not going to attack with them again this turn. I'm going to go ahead and Interdiction the Aerosaur. Well, life total's high at least. Alright, we're not going to skip through their instep this time. We'd be able to have a 3-3 this turn if we hadn't done that. That's a shame. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and respond here. We'll get rid of, I don't think it really matters, but okay. So I'm going to tap us down. What are we going to get here? More land. Alright, we'll go ahead and get in for our damage here. Very grindy game. Really need to draw some action here. I guess we'll play another land. I don't really see any reason to do anything else right now. Go ahead and explore again at the end of our opponent's turn. Okay, well that's some good action for our opponent. Okay, we're going to go ahead and explore again. Oh my goodness, lots of land. Well, at least we're getting them out of the way. Keep getting in with the Bloodletter. At least now we'll have the Skyblade, so we can go ahead and put that out and represent an extra point of damage. Our opponent knows we drew a land, so really no sense in holding on to that. But they're going to be able to start looting now, I believe. Just costs 3, yeah. Not worried about our life total, but they'll start getting some card advantage. But the looting at least lets us use the tracker one more time. Can we hit a non-land card? Fathom Fleet. Yeah, we'll keep that on top actually. That's fine. Its power is relevant, so of course our opponent's getting a few life linkers now. Alright, so sending our 3 in the air. Of course we don't have a 2-turn clock anymore. They could just suicide their vampire tokens, but still. Play our Hill Giant, send it back. If they want to loot again, we can pump our tracker again, possibly. Well, that is very relevant. We need to draw a piece of removal here. Let's see, what have we got left? Oh. Okay. Need to draw Vanquish the Weak. No attacks from our opponent here. Getting defensive. And we are just going to draw all of the lands. So here we can attack with the Fathom Fleet. I'm probably just going to chump with the Vampire token, net himself a life. We really just need to draw something to take care of the Pterodon Knight, so I don't see any point in attacking this turn. It's just going to give our opponent some extra life. Okay, that's good. We can use our Deadeye tracker again. We don't mind taking the combat damage. We do mind them looting, however. Discarding a land, I'm assuming. Oh, no, Skyblade. There you go. So they were drawing some Skyblades. They draw anything they want to cast this turn. If they don't cast any more flyers, we still have outs. We can draw some removal. Ooh. Alright, well, that's not too scary. Again, our life total is pretty decent, and they have to pay life to give it flying. Aha! We will definitely leave that on top. And that may, I think that's the game there. Alright, so we can go ahead and vanquish the weak, the knight. Send both attackers. They're tapped out, so no matter what they do, they're going to take at least 1 damage here. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I guess the question is, again, do we want Demystify? Seems like they've got pretty good luck with drawing the interdictions there. Let's see here. Just not sure what we'll take out for it. I do like the fire cannon. We did see more cards worth using this against. Maybe we could take out the vampire zeal. No, that's terrible. No, I think we're just going to send it back again. There's nothing I really want to take out for Demystify. And again, it's entirely possible all they draw is, they don't draw the interdictions. Okay, this is a keep. Like this guy right here, it'll be fun to kind of tool around with him from the beginning of the game. Ah, wow. Our hand is really just kind of curving out here. This is great. If we can hit with the Seeker Squire, that will be really, really good for us. Opponent's going to play a Raider or nothing this turn. Alright. We'll go ahead and get in with the Deadeye Tracker. They might kill this, but... Settle the wreckage. I think we'll keep that on top. That'll be a good catch-all for if they do get ahead of us later in the game. It's a shame that they've seen it, so obviously it's not a big surprise, but we'll go ahead and draw it anyway. We still have action for turn 2, or for turn 3. Conquistador, so we can fill their hand out, get a few of those guys. Which is fine. We can keep sending the Seeker Squire. Oh, settle the wreckage. Okay. Get the Bloodletter out. Can't this guy be a human pirate vampire? I'll play another Conquistador. Oh, no, actually they didn't. Wasn't paying attention. They didn't search their deck for any. They must have a hand of these guys. Which is pretty decent, actually, for us. They didn't send for the 2. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to hold back the Deadeye Tracker. If they want to double block the Squire, we'll go ahead and Vampire Zeal. No? Okay. I'll go play the Heartstopper. Send it back. Well, if our opponent doesn't draw any action, we might be able to get this game pretty quick. We're curving out pretty well. We've got some combat tricks. We got some interactions here. Armasaur. Yeah, I think we want to go ahead and vanquish the Armasaur end of turn here. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and send these guys. Still not going to send the Deadeye. Just holding back on him. I really don't want to waste the Vampire Zeal on the Deadeye Navigator. Okay, good, and that's what we wanted to happen. So just clear out their board. Alright, we're looking pretty good here. Still settle the wreckage is back up, although our opponent is in defensive right now, so I don't know how much that's really going to affect the board. But we can actually go ahead and start turning on the Navigator. Pterodon Knight. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. We don't exactly have a lot of crazy bombs in this deck, and I'd rather draw that than a land. Okay. So here we'll go ahead and send the Seeker Squire, the Bloodletter, and we'll send the Heartstopper. That's fine. If they want to double block this, they'll take 4 damage. We'll kill one of the vampire tokens. Actually, maybe that's just worse. Let's see. We send these. They chump 1. They're going to take 1 of the air. Nah, we'll just stay aggressive. I don't think the Heartstopper is going to do much else this game. And again, this will let us push through more damage if they do want to double block the Heartstopper. That's fine. Okay. I suppose we probably should have sent the Tracker that turn if we were going to go ahead and send the Heartstopper. We probably would have double blocked the Tracker. Conquistador, yeah, they drew all of their Conquistadors. That's a shame. Okay, Fathom Fleet. So we're going to send here, here, send the Squire. Going to hold back the Tracker again. No, we're going to send the Tracker here because we're going to play Fathom Fleet. We're not going to be using his ability for at least the next couple turns. So let's see how our opponent blocks. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and play the Fathom Fleet. And that might be the round here. Okay. Well, there you go. So we went 2-1 with this deck. The deck was pretty decent. You know, kind of fun vampire deck. You know, some dinos and whatnot. We didn't end up with a bunch of the decans or any of the crazy payoff spells. We had decent removal. You know, and a good enough amount of vampires to kind of have decent synergies. But anyway, there you go. Hope that you guys enjoyed watching the draft. Hope you enjoyed watching the games. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button for me. Let me know you enjoyed the video so I can continue doing these in the future. If you like the content, you know, certainly hit the subscribe button. You know, I do try to get new videos up every day. And, you know, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in our next Ixalan draft.